What is going on, NERSA Network? It is the first Monday of the month of November, so you know what time it is. It is time for Member Network Monday, and I'm back one more time with Scott and Riley. How are y'all? How y'all doing?
Oh, it's been a busy month, and we just started the month. But it's already been busy, and I'm so excited to be here, and I know Scott is too. Scott, how are you feeling?
I'm thrilled to be here. Beyond thrilled. Like just caught off of Halloween, like one of the best holidays there is, frankly. So it's okay. Now we're getting into the depths of fall, which I also enjoy. So can't say that things aren't happening around here, man. Let's get her going.
Okay, so let's start with a little icebreaker question there. What's your favorite thing about fall? Because this is my favorite season as well. I love the change of the weather because now I can put on layers. I love dressing, so now I can put on layers with all my sweaters and my suit jackets and things like that. So, what's your favorite part about the fall season?
Scott, do you have something off the dome? If
No,
not,
go
okay.
ahead. I'm
Okay.
thinking.
Oh, I love like the crisp air, like the crisp autumn air, and when the leaves are at their peak, basically, and you can wear your sweater and not get too hot because one of the characteristics of the Midwest is it'll be 35 degrees in the morning, and so you're buttoned up because you're freezing, and then by the end of the day it's like 75 and you're like taking off all those layers. But my favorite thing is when it's to the point where it's just a steady temperature that entire time. You can wear your sweater, you come home, you make like a nice soup or something. Oh, it's just the vibes are immaculate at that point.
A
Nice.
suit. A suit.
Fall weather, I love it. All right,
Yeah.
Yes.
Scott, what do you got for us?
Oh shoot, man. My favorite thing about fall is, here in upstate New York, it's the foliage, well, or foliage if you like to misspell it. But it looks awful pretty around here. Come
Yeah.
late September and October, we're kind of hitting that almost 95% of the leaves are gone, but that's okay because it gets real pretty around here and just enjoy that weather too. I also enjoy a good soup.
Yes. Yes, now I live in a valley, so there's mountains all around us. So when the leaves start changing, oh my goodness, going over the bypass, it is a
Yep.
beautiful sight. I just love the fall season. Okay, last time, let's go ahead and jump into this. All right, last time we talked, last Member Network Mondays, we talked a little bit about award season, and we still have a little bit more time to nominate people for awards. So if y'all want to go ahead and yes, make sure y'all let them know why they need to be nominated. Now the clock is running down. I believe the 12th. Somebody help me out with that day. Is the 12th the last day for
Yes, sir.
nominations?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure
Yep.
now. Riley, who have you nominated? Have you nominated somebody on the spot?
Oh my gosh. So I have not submitted my nomination form yet, but I've got some people on the dome. We're gonna keep it close to the chest for now because I'm
Okay.
excited to see mine.
Nice, absolutely. Okay, so Riley, let's stay on you. Applications for student leadership just opened recently. So talk a little bit about that. I believe they're due January the 30th. So we got some time to go ahead and let people know that hey, now is the time to start thinking about those things. So tell us a little bit more about those student and who better to tell us about the student leadership applications than you?
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, our application's open for the SLT or the student leadership team within NERSA. Recently, I think November 1st or something like that. Or, yep, thank you very much for the confirmation. And we're really, really excited. There's definitely a long time between now and January 30th, which is the deadline, but we make that deadline open for so long so we can really expand our reach into as many students as possible to inspire them to apply for the student leadership team. More so because it's a fantastic leadership opportunity for students to be able to be the voice for students in their region. As regional student leaders or as the NERSA student leader, you are basically the voice for your NERSA region. Now, there are technically 7 regions. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then there's also Region Canada. So if you're in any of those regions and wanting to take on a little bit more leadership in your region and get involved in NERSA and volunteering experience and all of that good stuff, I'd highly encourage all of you to apply. I've been able to grow exponentially as a result of my involvement in NERSA, and I've been a part of some really cool opportunities. One of the opportunities is just being here right now in this amazing live video with y'all right now. So I would totally recommend applying for the SLT.
Now let me say this, okay? Because Scott already mentioned that he was excited about this. Now you just mentioned, are y'all gassing this up? Because I like doing this right here. Don't be gassing me up if y'all aren't really excited about these opportunities that y'all have to go live and actually talk to the NERSA members. Is this one of the highlights of the month for y'all?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I truly enjoy this. I really enjoy putting the members in front of the members. You know, y'all are doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes, and it is so important for especially the newer members of NERSA to see the people that's actually doing the work and connecting with those people that's actually doing the work. We want to try to expand what you feel when you go to these conferences, and we gonna get into the regional conferences, Scott. That just, and I think Region One is right around the corner. Okay,
Yes,
but
sir.
we're going to get into that. But we want to be able to expand those past what you feel when you're in person. Okay, so even though you go to the regional conferences, you go to the conference that we have each year, we don't want those faces to you. We don't want you to see those faces once a year, twice a year. We want y'all to be able to connect with the members on a regular basis. So as we continue these Member Network Mondays, we need y'all to start thinking about some people that's doing some work and helping y'all be successful in y'all roles, so we can get them on here and we can get them talking about what they're doing as well. All right, so let's talk about these regional conferences. All right, now Region 1, it has
Yeah, I do. Both of those went extremely well. So the regional representatives for each one of those conferences, for each one of those regions, came back and said they had a fantastic showing. Lots of great opportunities. So we always like to showcase great educational sessions, excuse me, and great opportunities for students to come in and learn more about NERSA and what NERSA entails. But I also love the fact that it is an awesome, and you've already talked about it, a awesome networking opportunity. So it's putting names to faces, it's putting voices to faces, and it's having great conversations, and not necessarily conversations in the educational sessions, which are always great, but it's also great to have those informal conversations too. So being able to stand in the hallway and talk to somebody and say, "Hey, really like what you said. I'd love to get your opinion on a couple things, or I'd love to pick your brain about some ideas that I've had," and even making those connections that become lifelong. So that's how I got my start, is doing some early work as a student and as a young professional. And now I've got tons of individuals that if I've got questions, I'm happy to ask those folks because I trust them and their abilities and their knowledge. And it's just a great opportunity to continue learning without necessarily being in an educational session. So, you can just pick up the phone or just text somebody and say, "Hey, if you got 5 minutes, I'd love to think about something with you." So it's just another way to learn. It's not necessarily sitting down in front of a screen and doing an educational session, but sitting down and getting somebody's perspective and getting some knowledge that you wouldn't normally get.
absolutely amazing. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you're on the Region 1 Planning Committee for a conference, correct, Scott?
If that means I'm going to get some positive reviews, absolutely, I
and
am.
now, and Raleigh, I got a little bit of undercover information that you're going to be at Region One, correct?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
committee applications are opening up on December the 1st. So Scott, talk a little bit about what it's like being on a committee when you're planning for these regional conferences, and what's going into all of that.
Yeah, so it's, I feel like one of the best opportunities to learn some great leadership skills and some great collaborative skills because you're working with other excuse me, other individuals within your region that you know are high quality individuals. They're individuals that have certain talents or have certain aptitudes that I love seeing go in action because they're the type of folks that are like, man, I wish I could do that. I wish I could be that thoughtful in terms of planning. I wish I could be that thoughtful in terms of positioning educational sessions. I wish I could be that thoughtful in terms of subject matter. I wish I could be great at X, Y, Z. But it's so awesome to work with those folks because then you learn something. I certainly learn something every time I'm on any committee. Um, I've always been told that you should never necessarily be the smartest person in the room, and thankfully, I never am because I'm not. So, I, but it's purposeful because I love learning from folks in terms of this aspect. So, things like making sure we're in communication with the hotel or the host site, being in communication with vendors, being in communication with individuals that are doing educational sessions, keynote speakers. We just locked down our keynote speaker, which is fantastic. So I don't know if you know of the gentleman named Seneca Wilson, but we've got Seneca.
Hey,
Yeah, I went all out for that one. Um, Said that's the guy we want, and that's the guy we got. So Seneca's going to be coming in and doing some keynote speaking for us as well. We've also extended an opportunity for him to do an educational session as well. Um, it's just that kind of planning and that thing where you kind of just see all the puzzle pieces and then putting them together and then seeing this gigantic picture evolve into what you want, which is a fantastic opportunity for students and professionals to come in, network, learn, and just learn more about collegiate recreation and higher education in general.
now for someone who's on the committee, because I think this is an important question to ask for those who may be thinking about applying to be on a committee. So with all of that work that's being done behind the scenes to make sure the conference is good to go, reaching out to the speakers, do they still get to enjoy the conference once it gets here, or is it still hustle and bustle behind the scenes once it's conference time?
We still get to enjoy the conference. So I know sometimes people think, oh my goodness, well, if I'm on this planning committee, that's all I'm going to do. That's not the case. You get to enjoy the conference. You get to, you enjoy it on a different level too, because it's something that you've put your heart and soul into. It's
Yeah.
something that you've put time into. And so you get to enjoy it on a completely different level, I feel, than maybe some of the other folks that are attending. And that's not to say they're not enjoying their time or they're enjoying it less. It's just a different level. It's just a different way of enjoying it because you got to see the inner workings. You got to work with some fantastic people and see things go into place. And when it finally is in place and ready to go, it's phenomenal to see run from start to finish. And so when you go to those ed sessions or you're talking to individuals or working with the vendors or just hanging out with friends whenever possible, it's a little bit of a different feeling for me at least when I get to go and do that.
Now, so Riley, let's talk about your reasoning for deciding outside of. I don't know if you have an obligation with the role that you're in as a student leader, but let's talk to those who are trying to figure out why they should choose a regional conference to attend. What goes into your decision making when it's like, okay, I need to make sure during this time, once this date is set, this is something that I want to be at.
Yeah, well, first, snaps to Scott because he's
Yeah.
cooking. He's cooking up there. So great work, Scott. I love encouraging students to go to our regional conferences or the state workshops if their state has a state association because With it being a regional conference, it's usually a reasonable amount of distance away. It's not too far away to the point where you need to hop on a plane to get to that conference. It's within reach, and with it being within reach, it's easy access to the conference experience. Many professions have conferences that they go to. Of course, every conference talks about something different. For us, we talk about collegiate recreation and higher education. For this, if there are folks that are really interested in the collegiate recreation career path, this is a great way for them to become more exposed to the professional staff and professional realm of collegiate recreation. Now, for folks who aren't necessarily like, I really want to be, when I grow up, I want to be a collegiate recreation professional. That's okay. I would still highly recommend going to these conferences, because at these conferences, usually there will be a student lead on portion, whether that's the whole conference, whether that's a pre-con. There is a student specific track there for students to have their student development and professional development opportunities. Maybe that's a resume review or mock interview or something along those lines. But these conferences give students the opportunity to have a professional experience, a professional development opportunity that helps them support their journey in their career, in their professional career, whatever that may be. For me, my favorite part about going to conferences or the regional conferences in general is just meeting new people and hearing about how other programs do things differently. I go to a really big school, so hearing about how small schools have either a smaller team of pro staff that they work with and learning about how many different roles all of those people do, it's really valuable to learn just what all of these campus recreation professionals are doing and how well they do it. I love getting to know what works well for them and seeing if I can bring that back to my own program and see if it works really good here, or just learn how I can format that accordingly to make it work for my program. But getting to meet other people is a huge plus, and then also getting to see a new city that usually I've never been to. Being able to see parts of the country is something that I absolutely love about going to conferences as well. I'm so excited to go to Region 1 in Portland, Maine, which, fun fact, I didn't know there was a Portland, Maine until I was going to this conference. Scott told me, yeah, Region 1 is in Portland. And I was like, Region 1 is not Oregon. What are you talking about? So that's a little bit of a vulnerable moment for me. Just wanted to share that. But so excited to go to Maine. Have always wanted to visit, and I'm so excited to see that campus community and see all of that region coming together.
I will say, when I first saw Portland and then I saw Maine, I'm like, okay, there's a typo here.
I feel validated.
Okay,
Thank you.
yes, yeah, okay. So I'm right there with you. And a huge shout out, Scott. Seneca Wilson, I used to work for him. Great motivational speaker.
Absolutely.
He's going to do well at Region 1. I'm excited for that opportunity.
Fun fact about Seneca, also a former Region 1 individual. Did some time. Yeah.
Nice. Yes. I love that about NERSA, and I love that y'all put that type of thought into getting. And he is NERSA through and through, so you know what you're getting when you make a decision like that. Okay, last thing before we get up out of here, we should be having a monthly blog coming up, correct, for the month of November. So give us a little sneak peek of what's going to be in that blog, so we can get these minds a little ready for what they need to take some time. Excuse me for a second, y'all. To take some time to sit down and read this Member Network blog that's coming out in November. So give us a sneak peek of what they can expect from this month's blog.
Who wants to go first? You do, Riley. Go for it.
Of course I do. Thank you so much. So for the student perspective of November's Member Network note, we talk a little bit about Bluefish, NERSA Bluefish jobs. And for those that don't know what Bluefish is, it's not just some metaphorical blue fish that does something. It's actually a website that has an entire database of all campus recreation jobs or recreation jobs in general. It is a huge resource for those either trying to get into the career field, like for those who are graduating from their grad school, looking for their entry level job, but it also is for mid to higher level professionals who are looking for advancement within their career. For the student take, I talk about how students can utilize Bluefish jobs to look for GA-ships or graduate assistantships. That's what I do here at Ohio State. I'm an enrolled student in a master's program, and I also work for recreational sports at Ohio State University as a member services GA. And a part of the GA is working for the university, but also going to school. My tuition is completely waived as a result because I am contracted to work for the university. It's a great gig. So if you're considering being involved in higher education or campus recreation in general, following that GA route is something that's, while the opportunities are not as like bountiful as they were probably a decade ago, there's still really valuable opportunities that I would highly recommend to anybody. I talk a little bit more about what I believe the benefits of pursuing a GA opportunity are, but I also discuss professional internships and the professional internship route. So definitely check out my section of the article, but also check out Scott's because he has valuable perspective from the professional's take.
What a segue. Wow. It's like we teamed up on this or something. So my take this time around is same Bluefish, but from the professional side in terms of, hey, if you're looking for individuals to specifically fill a role that you have, Bluefish is a great way to get that message out and get that job out to eyes that you want to have on that position. So not only is it a great place for students to go and look at professional positions or graduate assistantships, it's also a great way for professionals to go and advertise their positions to get the people they want and need into their departments and into their offices. So, and Bluefish has much more to offer than just a typical job site. And I don't think a lot of professionals realize that. There are a lot of extras that come with this site that don't come with any other typical job site. Not only is it great for finding individuals, but it's also a great way to get some additional professional development. There's opportunities within the Bluefish Jobs website, if you take a look at it, for tips and tricks on how to navigate finding a position within, not just within campus recreation, collegiate recreation, or higher education, but just within life itself. So it's a great way for you to continue to learn about the job market and particularly the campus recreation job market. But it's also a great way to get what you want out there and get certain people or a group of individuals to see what you have to offer in terms of a position, and then just be able to have a great pool of individuals to select from or to interview so that you get the right person for the job that you are posting. For example, like I've got another position posted, and yeah, and I get some free advertisement. I'm gonna take it. So I've got a position posted, and I'm telling you that whenever I have a position posted, I've used Bluefish Jobs several times. I get people I need and want for my positions, and that's because of the specificity of the job site and what it leads to. So for those of you looking for an entry level position, like Riley will be eventually, Riley,
Yeah, yep,
and you're
yep.
coming to Region 1 and looking around and
Oh, yes, Scott.
saying
Yes.
that if that's what you're looking for, you got it. So
Oh,
anyway,
absolutely
take a
love
look at
it.
the article, and I hope you get to read a little more about what Bluefish can really do for you as a professional.
Hey, listen, look. I've been on sites. We ain't got time to be doing no search for 6 months. We got work to do. We got to get them in
You got
here.
things to do right now.
Yes, right now. Bluefish can help you do that. Look, I enjoy my time with y'all. This has only been the second Member Network Mondays that we have. Look, as these applications start coming in, and we know at some point this right here will come to an end. I need y'all to be those mouthpieces to say, hey, Member Network Mondays need to continue. And this is something that we need to keep moving. And I need y'all to help us push that. The way Scott just so Riley to come on up there.
I'm not trying to push anybody to do anything. It's totally her decision.
Just letting you know the
I'm
opportunity
just saying.
is there. Absolutely love it. Scott, Riley, the floor is y'all. This is the last thing before we get out of here. Is there one more thing that y'all want to say to the member network?
Scott, you got this. You
Okay, I got this. Well, I would just like to say that we're getting into the throes of the year, so we're about halfway through the academic year. Enjoy fall, enjoy the time that's coming up in terms of being able to spend time with family and friends as we get closer to the winter seasons or the winter months. And keep your eyes open for things that are going on in NERSA because the annual season will be ramping up here shortly.
Wow, I don't even know how to follow up with that. I think I'm really excited to see the students at Region 1, and I hope that other students are able to take advantage of the regional conference model as well as state workshops. And I'm even more excited to see what kind of opportunities that we're able to continue to bring to NERSA Annual in Orlando. Hello. No, in National Harbor. That was last year. But really excited to continue to meet students. And as always, if there's any students out there that have questions about being involved in collegiate recreation as a profession or just have questions about collegiate recreation or higher education in general, I'm always here.
Absolutely amazing. Thank y'all so much. Listen, NERSA Network, this isn't prep. This isn't us going by a script. These are your member network leaders at work pouring out their hearts for the work that they do each and every year. And you can do that work too. Okay. So make sure you are following along. Make sure you are following along with these deadlines and these announcements of what is going on within the NERSA member network. Scott, Riley, thank y'all so much for another Member Network Monday. Hey, in December, will we see you again?
Yes, you will, sir.
Absolutely.
See y'all again in December. Thank y'all so much for joining us today.
Bye.